The horrifying teen killer who laughed to the victims' families. Just scary. Today we confront the horrifying tale of a teenage killer whose actions were not only cold-blooded, but who also demonstrated a shocking lack of remorse. Prepare yourself for a chilling account of a tragedy that left victims' families traumatized as we explore the unsettling details of a teenager who callously laughed at the pain of those he had harmed. Join us as we unravel the story of this deeply disturbing individual and delve into the chilling aftermath that continues to haunt the victims' families to this day.
Saying to pull the trigger, the killer's done, masturbates to memory.
T.J. Lane gained notoriety as a troubled teenager who committed a heinous act of violence by being the main offender of a school shooting. Born on September 19, 1994, Lane was 17 years old at the time of the shooting. His troubled background and disturbing behavior leading up to the incident shed light on the factors that contributed to his actions. Lane's childhood was marked with instability and turmoil. His parents divorced when he was young, and he experienced a turbulent home life. Reports suggested that Lane had a troubled relationship with his family and had previously expressed feelings of anger and resentment. T.J. Lane had turned 18 years old when he received a life sentence without the possibility of parole for the tragic shooting that took place at Chardon High School in Ohio in February 2012. After pleading guilty to charges of aggravated murder and attempted aggravated murder, Lane faced his sentencing with a disturbing display of callousness and disrespect. Throughout the proceedings, Lane wore a t-shirt emblazoned with the word "killer" scrawled across it, a brazen and unsettling choice of attire for someone facing such a serious charge. Adding to the disturbing scene, Lane was wearing a smirk on his face and made obscene gestures, showing a complete lack of remorse for his actions. As the victims' families took the stand to address the court and share their pain, Lane maintained his chilling demeanor, staring at them with a smirk. Dina Parmetor, the mother of one of the victims, Daniel Parmetor, expressed her deep anger and disdain for Lane, referring to him as a vile coward and a pathetic excuse for a human being. She even wished upon him a slow and painful death, highlighting the profound impact the crimes had on their family. Lane's behavior and lack of empathy during the proceedings were particularly disturbing, considering the devastation he caused. He fired 10 shots at a group of students in the school cafeteria, resulting in the deaths of Daniel Parmetor, Demetrius Hewlin, and Russell King Jr., all teenagers full of promise and potential. Lane's motive for the shooting remained unclear, with investigators revealing that he admitted to the act but claimed ignorance about the reasons behind it. During the sentencing, Judge David Fury of Geauga County Common Pleas Court took note of Lane's complete lack of compassion and remorse, stating that he showed no signs of understanding the gravity of his actions. Fury referred to the shooting as a merciless rampage and emphasized the absence of any clear motive. Lane's actions were described as a deliberate and premeditated attack on his fellow students, with no regard for their lives or the pain he would inflict upon their families. Despite evidence of Lane's mental health struggles, including hallucinations, psychosis, and fantasies, a juvenile court judge had previously ruled him mentally competent to stand trial as an adult. Lane's age at the time of the crimes prevented him from facing the death penalty, but his multiple charges of aggravated murder and attempted aggravated murder ensured a severe punishment. In the courtroom, Lane's defiance and lack of remorse were on full display, leaving a lasting impact on the victims' families and the community as a whole. The sentencing marked closure for the families affected by this senseless act of violence, but the scars left by Lane's actions would endure far beyond the courtroom. The sentencing of T.J. Lane, the Ohio teenager responsible for the tragic shooting at Chardon High School, left an impression due to his disturbing behavior and lack of remorse. If you find yourselves captivated by the chilling tales we bring to your screens, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now by subscribing to Just Scary. Also, push that little bell notification icon so that you'll never miss an episode filled with spine-tingling true crime stories and bone-chilling mysteries. Lane's smirking and obscene gestures throughout the proceedings only served to deepen the anguish experienced by the victims' families. Their heartfelt testimonies, filled with anger, grief, and a desire for justice, were met with indifference from Lane. Dina Parmetor, the mother of Daniel Parmetor, one of the victims, passionately hoped for Lane's suffering and for him to feel her wrath. Holly Walczak, whose son Nick was left paralyzed as a result of the shooting, conveyed her intense hatred towards Lane, highlighting the profound impact his actions had on her son's life. Despite the pain and suffering endured by the families, Lane showed no signs of empathy or remorse. Judge David Fury, presiding over the case, observed Lane's lack of compassion and acknowledged his complete awareness of the wrongness of his actions. The judge emphasized the absence of a clear motive. Lane's decision was to bring a .22 caliber pistol and a knife to the school, targeting a group of students in the cafeteria, resulting in the deaths of 3 young individuals, Daniel Parmetor, Demetrius Hewlin, and Russell King Jr. The judge questioned Lane's motive as it remained shrouded in uncertainty. Lane's defense team did not present any witnesses or evidence to mitigate his sentence, following his own wishes despite his troubling mental health history. The courtroom atmosphere was further marred by Lane's provocative choice of attire, drawing attention to his complete disregard for the lives lost and the pain inflicted. His actions and words during the sentencing, including raising his middle finger and making offensive remarks towards the victims' relatives, demonstrated a shocking lack of remorse and a complete absence of empathy. The sentencing served as a moment of closure for the families impacted by this devastating event. However, the scars left by Lane's actions would forever linger within the hearts of the victims' loved ones and the community as they grappled with the aftermath of this senseless act of violence. As the grieving families delivered their impactful statements, Lane's indifference was palpable. If you enjoyed watching this video, please subscribe to Just Scary. We'd love to hear your thoughts, reactions, and theories, so let us know in the comments below. What do you think of Lane's heinous crime and unforgiving nature? Do you think the punishment he received was deserving? Or should he have received an even harsher one? Don't forget to push the little bell notification icon so you never miss an upload from us. We'll see you in the next one. And until then, stay safe, stay connected, and we'll see you later.